Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey everybody, Gamer Grampz here. Channel all about gaming content for people who are probably past puberty, and if they aren't, they at least act like it. So thanks for tuning in. We're going to be doing some content on a Diablo 3 season start. I really haven't played this game for quite a while, to be honest, but I used to be into it quite a bit and have a lot of hours on. Like, I think I was looking at it the other day before deciding to do this, and I have like 330 hours on just my fallen heroes in hardcore. And I mean, I didn't put all my hero or all my tunes into that, so I got a lot more than that on hardcore and even more on single player softcore. But anyway, what we're going to be doing here, showing people how to start off a season. This isn't the most ideal practical way to do it, but it's the way I do it, and I find it quite easy and smooth to go through the transition. When I was playing the game, there's a lot of people that were always saying, you know, you need to bot in order to be anything in a season. There's no point playing. You know, I can never find the time to invest, blah, blah, blah. You can't get there. Well, you can. It's a lot easier said than done if you know what you're doing, and it kind of has a strategy or a guideline to follow. So that's what we're going to attempt to do here. Anyways, basically, as you can see, we've actually already gotten started, but somehow the footage from my first episode got screwed up. The ones following it are all okay, I've checked, but so we're going to kind of rewind here and pretend like we're starting over. Unfortunately, one of the biggest key components to getting a good start at the gate we can't do because I've already done it, but I'll still go through and show you what you would want to do. So obviously, first thing, you're going to create your seasonal character. I'm not going to be doing it on hardcore because I'm not into Diablo really anymore, and I'm not going to be investing the time in it, but I would definitely suggest fucked is apparently inappropriate. Whatever, we'll just do that. Okay, accept. Sorry, I kind of trailed off there. But okay, so one of the key components to starting off strong is to actually unlock your, they have these weekly, basically challenge rifts, I think they're called. Let's see. Yeah, see, so right here, challenge rifts. So what you want to do, you want to create your first character. I usually jump into the game and grab the followers' weapons first thing off the bat too, and then go to the challenge rift, but it doesn't really matter, to each their own. But what you want to do for sure is to go in here, once you get your seasonal character good to go, you come in here and you go do the challenge rift. So it's a greater rift, you already come equipped with gear, with your skills all selected for you, and you basically have a time to beat, and as long as you can run into this rift and freaking clear it, you get a huge goodie bag. Now in this goodie bag, you get 10 death breath, you get like 475 blood shards, a bunch of different crafting materials like the base ones, but also like the ones you get from doing bounties, like the act specific things. And so you go in, you beat the rift, then when you load up your character, you pop the goodie bag on your new seasonal character, and you have a great start. And it's definitely going to help you do some really important things that make your life a lot easier as you play through. And this goes for all classes too. It's not like necro specific or anything. They just implemented this in season 12, so like about 3 months ago is the first time that you were able to do it for your seasonal character. But anyways, okay, so just pretend that we went and did that. It's super easy, believe it or not. When I actually did it last night, I don't play with the Crusader at all, and the challenge rift for this specific week at the launch of Diablo Season 13 is with the Crusader, and I literally beat the Rift Guardian with under a second left in the timer, like just by the short and curlies. But anywho, so we're gonna go here, we're gonna switch it up to Master because we're gonna steal our followers' weapons, and it gives us a nice little damage boost right away. So once we get in, we're going to do that. Now, I always take everybody's weapons, and you'll kind of see what I do here. I shuffle them around a little bit, and you always pick the best one for whatever class you're using. But so you run down here and scoop them up, I always hire the Templar right out the gate, just because I find he's the best like tank to keep you alive. But I am used to playing softcore, so really it's to each their own. You can pick whatever you want. So you throw your own useless weapon on the ground. But to illustrate the point for people who don't know, so here's the weapon you start with. Putting in that gives you 140 damage boost right out the gate. So that's why we're doing this here. And you just throw away your weapon, whatever it is, because you can't salvage it anyway, so it's absolutely useless to you. So now pop over to inventory and skills, steal his bow, and then you go to the enchantress and take her weapon too, because now what we're going to do is hook our Templar up with her weapon, so he's not a complete tool either. Sometimes the weapons do switch a little bit, as in like, I mean, they always have the same kinds, but the damage properties on them change. So always don't just take the Templar shit off the gate. Take a quick look, because a lot of times too, the enchantress's dagger will actually be higher than the javelin that the Templar has. Okay, so now that you have those, what you want to do is pop over here. I personally just do there's two quests I look for. You're looking to kill a boss. I always look between Zoltan Cool, and we didn't get it this time because you need the actual quest to kill them so that you can unlock the diabolic horde. It's basically like a big treasure chest filled with some items for you, and we lucked out. We got Kill Magda. That's the other one I go for. I don't really think there's any, though. I think these are the two best. I don't think there's any others that really come close to them, but I mean, I'm not an expert by any means either. So, you know, if you have one that you'd like to run, feel free to let me know in the comment below. Maybe I can check it out sometime in the future for myself. But anyways, we're going to pop in here and kill Magda. So what we want to do is, obviously, we're not going to kill anything on the way to her. We have right now that damage increase from throwing on the Templar shit is only good for the first couple levels. So we don't want to get completely wrecked when we go into the fight. So if you level a lot beforehand, you're going to actually really handicap yourself, because the damage does scale very quickly, and technically Master's a lot harder than we should be playing at the moment, if everything was just the way the game was originally intended. But this is why we pick either the Zoltan Cool or Magda quests, and if you don't get them, I always just keep remaking the game until you do find one of those two quests. But as you can see here, it's not too far of a run to get to Magda. She is actually considerably longer than Zoltan Cool. I mean, if you get that quest, you literally like walk 2 feet and you're at his little thing once you portal through. But okay, so what we're gonna do is just get to work. We're gonna try and snipe her out real quick. So when you're doing this, she's going to start spawning ads. So when you start killing them, which is okay to do, you want to time it out if you can manage it, and hopefully I can do it here. You don't always get what you wish for, but you want to time out your level up with being close to Magda, because you're gonna get that big boost of an explosion, and it should do a bunch of damage to things that are around her. There we go. So you get a nice quick little boost here up to level 1. Now, I'm used to being on hardcore, so normally I can't just lower it in game, but we're on softcore, so I can. Anyways, this is what I was talking about, the horde. So see, you get a nice little goodie pack of items here. Generally you get a weapon, but looks like we didn't get one I don't think that we can use. Yeah, obviously not, just a little bow. But still, it's always like, anything is better than nothing, right? I'm gonna put these on, even though they look pretty similar in stats. Look at the monster kills, get +1 experience. You want to find plus experience per kill on any item you can, and you should prioritize those items over similar range stats when you can do so, because you want to get out of the leveling process as soon as you can, and those really add up, believe it or not. So what we're going to do is, now we're just going to get right out of this. We're going to leave the game because we're going to be trying to find a public game with people playing. So now this is the morning after the season launched. It launched last night at 9 or at 8 Eastern. So we're going to see, is there even people still leveling up and starting out? Because that's another thing that a lot of people say. There's never people, you know, you can never find public games, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to give it a shot here and see if we can. Not bounties, we want to go to Rift. And there's not a ton, but I mean, because we're only level 3, right? But as long as you make it in the first couple days of the season, like first 2 or 3 at the most, I'd say you are going to find people who are low leveled and you can play with. But I mean, if you come into the season a month or 2 later, don't hold your breath. Like, chances are you'll be leveling solo unless you know people. So instead of waiting those 9 seconds, I'm just gonna go private game and start it, and then what I'll do is just open it up to people as soon as we jump into the game here, and hopefully somebody will join us. And you want to make sure it's on the Rift tag. So in the meantime now, though, excuse me, what we're going to do is pop down to the Fields of Misery. It's a great place to do massacre bonuses. If you're running solo, like completely solo, I would definitely suggest leveling up using the massacre bonuses. It is just the quickest way to do it if you are running by yourself. There's no comparison. The Witch Doctor, in my opinion, is by far the best character to run massacre bonuses with. I mean, it's ridiculously easy to chain them, and like you can get 100, 200, 300, 400 or more kills easily, because like I think it's like level 12 or something you can start using haunt, and like just the amount of damage over time effects that the Witch Doctor has access to, plus with their like little followers chasing after everything and hitting it to resetting the timer, it's very easy to do. Now, I personally don't really care for Bone Spear, which is ironic because we get later in this video series, we actually get a weapon that significantly increases Bone Spear, so I do end up playing with it. But in the meantime here, since we're just doing this little re-roll of the character, I'm definitely not going to be using it because we don't have that item yet, so fuck that skill. Anyway, so this is all we're going to be doing here. If nobody joins the game, we're just going to keep staggering, hopefully keep chaining these, ow! Fucker got me. We're going to keep chaining these, See, I missed out there, that was a misclick. My bad. But anyways, we're going to keep trying to get these going to gain levels as quickly as we can here. And hopefully somebody joins us soon and we can just do some rifts. Because by far, if you have people to play with, rifts are the easiest way to go. Like, I normally play with my friends whenever I'm starting a new season. But just for the purpose of this video series, I purposely chose to ignore the people I normally play with. And we're just trying to show you that it is possible to do it without having anybody on your friends list, etc., etc. So what we're going to be doing is just leveling this tune up until we get to level 9, because that's where the original video that I had recorded for episode 1 left off, so that way it'll kind of smoothly flow into episode 2. It'll be obviously a little bit different because the gear we find obviously is going to be different, but we gotta make do with what we can here. But we're making progress up to level 6. At level 7, you can shop in the vendors. There's these rings, I believe they're called Rings of Wounding or something, or Rings of Slaughter. I'll have to check when we look, or look when we check, I should say. But they give you plus 2 to 4 damage, and they're available in the vendors at level 7, so you want to shop around between all the acts until you find one of these rings. Like, the amount that they're going to increase your damage output at this low level is just staggering. Like, it's definitely worth taking the time, whether you have to like remake games or whatever you have to do, it's worth it to do that in order to get that bonus. Like, you'll notice a significant increase to the speed in which you're clearing stuff out. Come on, fuck. I don't have this bonus going anyway. So what you want to do, like, some characters are a lot better than others, as I mentioned, the Witch Doctor, etc., at these massacre bonuses, but you essentially want to just keep moving and keep attacking them, so you can just kind of drift from mob cluster to mob cluster while keeping it going. Obviously, I'm kind of failing epically as we're doing this, but you get the point. Like I said, there is character classes that are a lot better to do it with. I personally find until you get the Necros, until you get like some of their speed abilities, their like teleport ability is really late up to unlock in the game. It's like level 30 or whatever, but at level 10 you can get a passive, like it's called Fueled by Death if memory serves. But you pop that, and then anytime you consume a corpse, it gives you, I think, a 5% movement bonus, and that can stack up, or no, a 3% movement bonus or something, and it can stack up to 10 times. I don't know. However the metrics play out, it works out to giving you a 30% movement speed bonus if you have all your stacks active and keep it up, which if you're using Corpse Explosion or Corpse Lance, etc., it's pretty easy to give yourself a boost. So I'm just going to leave the game here. We cleared that out, but before we do, we're going to go shop for those rings I was talking about, because they're definitely worth grabbing. So for those of you who don't know what I mean by shop, there's certain vendors in every act that sell these rings and amulets. You're looking for the ones that say blah 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 the fence. So here's the guy in Act 1. It's actually like the farthest run to find, but you're gonna come here and we don't have it here, as you can see. So we're just gonna quickly pop out, check out Act 2. It's in Act 2, it's the little skinny guy beside the short fat guy up around the corner here, where you look out over the city. This guy right here. So like I said, it's at blah 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 the fence, right? So here we go. This is the guy we're looking for. So we check his trinkets and nothing. And now, like I said, you're specifically looking for that +2 to 4 damage modifier, because it's OP at this level. Like there's nothing whatsoever that compares to it. Don't worry about getting, plus whatever character you're playing, don't worry about getting the stats on it. Like just the 2 to 4 damage is all you're looking for. Yeah, there we go. Here's the guy we're looking for. What?
When we're on the stage. Well, keep wondering.
Well, that's weird. I could have swore it was him. Huh, maybe. Alright, well anyways, we'll just keep going here. Where's the survivors? There we go. In Act 5, it's down here. This little girl we're looking for. There we go. So I was wrong. It's wounding, not slaughter or whatever I had said. This is exactly what we're looking for. +2 to 4 damage. So we're going to buy 2 of those beauties, which we definitely have the cash for. Like obviously I've spent a whole bunch of the cash you got, because I think it's like 4.6 million you get when you unlock the challenge rift thing. But this is obviously shared with the level 57 we've been playing with, so I've used a whole bunch of it. So we're just going to leave the game here now that we scooped up our rings. And we're going to hopefully look for another public one. And hopefully we have more luck this time. But it doesn't look like we're... Oh, never mind. I'm a liar. There you go. I was going to say, it doesn't look like we're going to get into a game real quick, because there's only 4 people per game. And normally if you see 8, you have to wait. But looks like somebody created one before it registered. But there you go. He left. Anyways, whatever. So in the meantime, another good thing if you are playing completely solo to look for, there's like different bounties that spawn guaranteed cursed chests. Not all cursed chests are the same though. You're looking for the ones that that have that feature where it's like slay 100 enemies before the timer ends. Those are the ones you're going to look for, because with the massacre bonus involved, they are actually like pretty much at guaranteed level. So I think the Cursed Court is one of them in Act 1. There's like 3 of them. There's 3 of them in Act 1, and there's 1 of them in Act 4. In Act 4, I believe it's called the Cursed Chapel you want to look for. So let's just take a quick peek. I think only 1 of them spawn per game, if they do spawn. But yeah, it's not the Cursed Pulpit, it's the Cursed Chapel you're looking for in Act 4. So we didn't get one there. But so these specific bounties, they have actually a guaranteed chest, and usually I think it's not too far from where you start. But you know what, just give me 1 second here. I'm gonna pop open something on my secondary screen on my other monitor, because like I said, I haven't played Diablo in quite a while, and so I just want to make sure I'm giving you guys the right information, and that we're actually not just wasting our time here doing this. Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna slide it over. As you can see, I don't have the best computer in the world here, but I love her. She's good to me, so, you know, don't want to say too much bad stuff. But anyways, okay, so we got that open on my other screen, and I actually have leveling guides and stuff that I used to pay attention to. So yeah, it's Cursed Court in Act 1, Cursed Cellar, and the Cursed Chamber of Bone. And so I believe we're at the Cursed Court right now. That's the one we're on, right? Cursed Court, yeah, okay, so it should be somewhere in here. Hold on, my buddy wants to join. So I'm just gonna put D and D on. I think that's how you do it. Yeah, you're now busy. Okay, so anyways, we're going to hopefully find it pretty quickly here. You got the nice arrow, so as you can see, it's not too far away. Other places too you can play, I find, actually, believe it or not, the Runes of Seshron map is pretty decent for chaining kills, and that's another one actually, that like when you're going to get your cube, I usually do it earlier. Like some people wait until they hit 70 or whatever. I usually do it pretty much right out the gate. And there's another guarantee, one of those cursed chests, even if it's not tied to a bounty, it's always in the map on the way over to the get your Kanai's cube there. So that's another one. And there's these like rat king things that are in there that are really good for massacre bonuses too. So that's another one you can use if you want like variety, because it gets honestly really fucking boring to just like clear out the festering woods or whatever, like time after time after time. Other good ones you can use are the Halls of Agony too. So I'm gonna pop the chest here, see, so we got the kill 100 to earn bonus, and it's nice because we had our massacre bonus going ahead of time. Necros honestly really excel at this, generally speaking, because like once they really start spawning lots of enemies, your corpse explosion or corpse lance or whatever you happen to be using really starts to shine here, as you'll see. Like, we should be able to get this. And as you can see, it gives us a real boost here. And we haven't even gotten our bonus experience yet. Like we still have our streak going here. And see, so there you go, boom. Like that's what I mean. These you want to keep an eye out for those bounties. So again, it's the Cursed Court, Cursed Cellar, or Cursed Chamber of Bone in Act 1 if you're doing it. And honestly, a lot of times, even if I'm in another game, like a public game or I'm playing with people, if you're creating a new game, I always just quickly take a look for those things. Like it takes 2 seconds to pop open your mini map and look for Act 1 and look for Act 4 and look for these things, because you know what, with a 4 people map, even if you find one of them, just go run there yourself and then say, hey, I'm at a cursed chest, like come join up. And the experience you get with 4 people is still going to be, or wait, no, it won't be, because you don't get a massacre bonus. So never mind. I just completely put my foot in my mouth. But so look, we got this radiant chest, another one, a bonus one, because we killed 100 people. And I'm not even looking at any of this crap, because like I said, I'm going to delete this right now as soon as I end this video, because I have the rest of the footage from level 9 up to 57 where we're currently at saved and it worked properly. So with that being said, we're going to wrap things up here. Hopefully you found this a little bit useful. Maybe it taught you a thing or two you weren't aware of, and hopefully me talking didn't make you want to just like strangle me or something. But I just want to thank you for tuning in. If you do like what you see, I am new and I'm learning and improving all the time. So, feel free to hit the like button or subscribe if you want. Or, if you hate me and you think I should die, there's also a whole comment section below dedicated to all you keyboard warriors out there. So thanks again, and be sure to come back next time for some more geriatric gaming glory.